we go. Sorry, you guys. Sorry for the late live tonight, but honestly, putting together screenshots and going through it all and doing just grabbing a bunch of stuff. Anyways, took forever, and it's been a long day. So I'm not going to lie. I'm wiped. Charmaine's wiped. So we're probably going to get into this stuff pretty darn quick here, and it's not going to be a prolonged live at the end of the day. I say that, but you guys know I can talk. But anyways, so welcome to the live, you guys. Please, of course, make sure you hit that like and the share. Don't do it for the channel. Always do it for the victims of the murdered and the missing first. So in this case, we're going to cover Lily and Jack's case, obviously, you guys. So thank you guys very much for showing up to the live. Hey, Charmaine. Hey.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
I am so freaking tired. I know you are too. Yes. On there, but yeah, because it's mentally exhausting at work, and then all of a sudden I come home and it's mentally exhausting. But anyways, got Bambi underneath my feet here. So hi, you guys. Thank you so much. I do want to give a few shout outs I want to give Valerie one. I want to give Brenda one. I want to give Kent one for sure. Sharon Parker, you're always amazing as well. People that was sending me stuff like today. Well, thank goodness I was on doing emails today, but I was getting a bunch of messages coming in. And Kent, thank you so much for getting me the actual video from the cloud that I could download. So thank you so much for that. And I know that you, Valerie, and I think even Brenda, I think all of you guys, you guys sent me Michelle After Dark stuff and stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong. Michelle After Dark, I've known her since Nicola Bully case in a sense. She knows of this channel. I know of her channel. We don't always agree on cases for sure. But you know what I mean? Again, it's just trying to do your due diligence. And I want to give a big shout out to Evil Exists. If you want to talk about how to do something right, I respect exactly what he did with our live. If you want to know how to do something wrong, sorry, Deception Detective. That was just blatant bullying, blatant threat to the channel in a sense. Now, don't get me wrong. I do not dislike you. Okay. I want to say this I need to say my piece here, and that's all I'm going to say about it. And after that, I just simply do not care. But I do want to say my piece. To leave a message on the channel to basically say, if I don't provide this for you, as if you're some sort of special human that deserves our content or links, I don't owe you anything at all. I don't owe anybody anything at all. I do my work, and if people are good friends of us and, subscribers send stuff in, but to blatantly, absolutely lie, I've always was respecting your channel. I shouted it out more times than I can shake a stick at, to be honest with you. So all I'm going to ask from you now is that you use the content appropriately. See, because the bottom line is I'm in this for the murdered and the missing, and I'm doing this for the right reasons. We are, okay? Because Charmaine, this is my channel, but Charmaine comes on, and of course, Melissa comes on and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, and me and Charmaine are exactly the same. And others, Alexa, but anyways, bottom line is that you have a different type of channel. Okay. Yours is about, analyzing people and stuff like that. Do whatever you want. Okay. But you really should do your due diligence. And what you did yesterday was absolutely ridiculous. And you use that to your advantage. Okay. I am not this person that you can reverse psychology with. I am not that person you can push around. I'm not that person that absolutely gives a shit about other content creators if they choose to do that stuff. Okay. I just don't. My place here is simply about the murdered and the missing. So I want to make that very clear. Now, your heart's not in it for the cases per se. You're just covering the cases, talking about them and talking about how you feel. But are you truly invested in Lily and Jack to really find out what happened to Lily and Jack, or are you here to play games? Okay. So I'm that type of person. I say my piece and then I'm just simply done. I'm not going to feed into any of the drama. I've said my piece now, because all I'm about is trying to be here for the murdered and the missing, and this channel to provide truth and facts. However, if somebody else wants to represent that, shame on you if you do it in a bad way. But for the good people and the good content creators out there, thank you so much. So Evil Exists, Michelle After Dark, Clutch Them Pearls. Okay. I mean, I do really love Clutch Them Pearls. He's a really nice guy. I think that night I was just a little bit more sensitive to his wording that he was using, as if, you know, like, who are you type of thing. Like, oh, who's, you know, I'm like, dude, you gave me a shout out before. But anyways, so I just maybe a little bit, you know, just the thing that was being said, like, oh, is she new? You know, she not me, you know, like, and then he was trying to give advice, but I get that if he doesn't actually know me, but I thought he did because he's shouted me out before. But anyways, you know, so we were always watching, you know, Clutch Them Pearls, Justin, okay, Deception Detective, you know, and, you know, I only really watch a few channels, to be honest. And I like to watch things because I always want a different perspective on ideas. Now, so bottom line is, this is a no bullshit channel. We will not put up with any trolling. We will not put up with anyone who isn't here for the right reasons. So if you're in here for the wrong reasons, you know, you can remove yourself now, because I'm just not into that. Okay. I'm here for a purpose, and that's to provide coverage of the missing and the murdered. And if a family member happens to speak to me, and I really never usually go to my way to do stuff like that, sometimes it happens. In this case, it happened. Simple as that. Do I talk to Belinda, the paternal grandmother? Fact, yes. Did Charmaine talk to Daniel? Fact, yes. If anyone wants to twist that around, go right ahead. You know what? Because there's a lot of crazies out there, and I know this. So I absolutely am very much aware of how YouTube works, how channels work, what they do. I'm very clear on that. So any type of kind of like poking a bear and trying to use reverse psychology, and I want to say this clear as well. Whatever your name is, Deception Detective, that live was taken down because Daniel asked us to. Anyone, I mean, we posted that. And we posted that again the other day. It was not about you. It was not about your subscribers. I do not care if I have any of your subscribers, if that's the way they feel. I do not care about you. If you want to sit there and, like I said, take advantage of information and then basically call our channel a liar, shame on you. So take it, all right? Anyways, I hope you really liked my post that I left you yesterday. You probably deleted it because your ego is fucking so ass big that you probably couldn't handle it being up there. Anyways, I've said enough to you. You're done with me. You can watch this live. I've not blocked you. Go right ahead. But just know I don't play games, okay? Okay, that's my piece. Charmaine? I'm good.
Sure. Are you good? You're
I'm
done?
good now. No, I said my piece and I'm good. I move on. That's it.
And I mean, honestly, lucky that we've decided to take the high road and not start a bunch of unnecessary drama. We've been dealing with it for 2.5 days now for no reason. No reason. Yeah. It's not helping find Lily and Jack. It's barely helping keeping awareness to the case because the focus is off of Lily and Jack. It's ridiculous. It is. It really is. Sunny, are you typing in chat? Because It's a Crime and Shame keeps apologizing if you're being annoying.
Oh, so that's obviously not me. So just another loser that has no life. Ban, block. See, this is what I mean. You're messing with cases, right? This is how stupid people are, the morons that are out there. They literally create names. Hi, it's a Crime and Shame. I'm so sorry, I'm a dumbass. You know, you're literally messing with people's cases. You know what? Like I said, there's a special place in hell for all you people out there that are like that. You know what? Seriously. And it's so sickening that people have to do that stuff, but they do. We put up with it with Delphi. We pretty much put up with it with every case. Again, mods, please watch the channel and boot anyone that disrespects or anything right away. Just get them out of here. It's not about the views, guys. Okay. It's not about, the subscribers, the people that are in here. It's about the people that actually want to be in here and actually want to have the information. Let me make that clear. Okay. I'm not taking any piss ass today. I'm tired. I'm never grumpy though. Never grumpy. So I might sound mad, you guys. Honestly, this
just
stuff.
Feisty.
Hey, spicy.
Just a little feisty.
I'm feisty. Okay. I'm passionate. I'm passionate about people. You know, so is that so wrong? No, it's not. But I don't have to justify myself to anyone that way. The people that understand this, that love this channel and come for the right reasons, those are the people I care about. The other ones, you know, like I said, go create your drama. Go enjoy it. Go suck on it for all I care. Don't care. But anyways, so do I hold on to this? Absolutely not. DD will go live on to his life. Other YouTubers will go on to their lives, right? Big deal at the end of the day. But the thing is, for me, this channel is what I care about. That's it. Bringing awareness to the missing and the murdered, because we truly care about putting out the facts and the information. So whatever, like I said, if people want to diss that, go on. Shoo, go do it on DD's channel. Go do it on somebody else's channel. Hello, guys. Okay, I think I said my piece. I think I'm done now again. Hey, guys. Sorry, go ahead. I'm just... I'm sitting here in my head, I'm clicking on these names, but I'm just kind of doing it fast. You guys, it's totally been a long day. I'm not even gonna lie. Support with Stepha, love you. Brenda, thank you so much. Sharon Parker, like I said, kick the ones out of here that don't belong here. That's why I put a 20-minute one again today. I don't like this channel anymore. I don't even believe that that's the right person, to be honest with you. I'm from NB also. Hi, Shelly. How are you? Like I said, anyone that looks like a troll, get rid of them. The aimlessly wandering soul. Hey, Sharon. Okay. Okay. I'm going to scroll down. I'm far behind. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me say there's a couple people in here. Hey, Drippy, Toki. And there's quite a few people that have been going around really defending the channel. So I just want to say you don't have to, but thank you. Thank you so much.
I appreciate everybody out there defending me personally. It does mean a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure why people don't believe the screenshot. Well, you know what? Like I said, if DD thinks any of this was done for him, he can kiss my royal ass on this one, right? Because it was not done. I never do something unless it's for the victims, okay? And even what's happening today, why? Because I know exactly what will happen with this, right? People, they want information. That's all this channel wanted to provide. You know, you guys have the basics from the news or from when Daniel's talking, etc. But here it was, you know, Belinda's giving information, you know, Daniel's talking to Tremaine. Oh, by the way, I mean, thank you. Like I said, here, let me just put this one up on this one. So thank you actually to that one. So not only did Justin from Clutch and Pearls show a screenshot from Daniel, a same picture, heaven forbid, you know, from Daniel to his mod, right? So you're going to come to find out that there's more messages out there. And you didn't get all ours again today, by the way, because some of it you're just not entitled to, because it's stuff that is actually, you know, like ethically wise. But the stuff that's out there that matches the video, stuff like that. I mean, this is Logan, okay? Right? Who's Logan? Well, whoops, 1 second. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you so much, Justin, for bringing that video so that now we can match other messages that we have to that, to what Logan, you know, Daniel's cousin. Okay. So thank you for that, Justin. There you go. You guys want to go stalk her Facebook too? Some of you? Logan and Mackenzie. That's who Logan is on that live. And you'll see Logan A. Go match your picture if you don't trust it, right? Janie Mackenzie, Daniel's mother. Malaya Brooks Murray. This is off of Daniel's Facebook, okay? Right? He hasn't hid his Facebook. He's not been in hiding and doing stuff like that. But obviously, they're added together. What's the chances you think that they're probably talking actually if they're both still connected on Facebook? Probably chances are pretty darn high, okay? Unless Mommy Dearest won't allow her to touch her Facebook and she's controlling it. Could be. I mean, she's controlling the phone, so why doesn't Mommy Dearest control the Facebook as well to go with it? Probably is, to be honest with you. Actually, I don't trust anybody at this point, to be honest. It's all just words. But even if they're just words, is Daniel telling the truth? Is, you know, who's telling the truth here? Because Malaya's not speaking, but she did that one interview. Do you trust her words? You know? Thank you. But I want to thank Belinda, the paternal grandmother. She has been so amazing and so awesome and just willing to do anything that she can do to help to bring awareness to guess who? These beautiful 2 children that deserve answers. That's the only reason that you guys are getting any messages. It's not for DD's ego. It's not for anyone's sake. I'm doing this for a purpose, okay? There's a purpose, and it will always do with the missing and the murder, because I know what can transpire with the information. I want you guys to put out the information. Why? Because Lily and Jack deserve answers, right? Are the babies alive? Are these children alive and they're being hidden? Is that so far-fetched, really, with what we're kind of hearing? Is it a possibility? Absolutely. Are they in the woods? Probably not. I mean, I think that they would have found some sort of shredded evidence by now, you know? Sorry, I know Belinda sent me something, so I got to take a look at it in a second. But you know what I mean? I want you guys to think. I want you guys to use the information, right, Charmaine? That the purpose was, Charmaine had said at the start, and we showed this, okay? I mean, it's even in the screenshots, to be honest, that will show. But she was basically like, you know, like he thought that he thought that she was asking him about going on YouTube, you know, and which she wasn't. It was just going to be, if he wanted it to be a private conversation, it could be. And then later on in the conversation, you know, is there anything that you want to share? Is there anything you want out there? Okay. Again, so people can sit there and go, oh, I took a screening where he said 100% private. No. That's not the full conversation. But that's going to be people twisting the shit, you know. Just use it right. It's not about you. It's not about us. It's about Lily and Jack. It's about Belinda, Daniel, Malaya, you know, the grandmothers, whoever is not involved. It's about them. And we don't know if they're involved or anyone's involved. But I'm telling you right now, it's looking pretty sus to me that in the family, that these children perhaps hypothetically, allegedly, blah, 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 blah. That's what it looks like to me. Because it doesn't make sense that they're not in the woods. The RCMP don't deem it as a abduction. So where did they go? Right? That's what we're going to get into. Right? And Logan, right? Daniel gave us shit. Sorry, Daniel, but you did. You gave us shit for putting out content. Then your close cousin, Logan, is out there spewing on TikTok. Sorry, Logan, no offense against you either. Because obviously Daniel was well aware about that. Because why? Because you're close cousins. We've heard cousins all along, and it's a female cousin, and I knew that. Actually, I even knew which cousin. I didn't know that cousin, meaning I didn't know she was going to speak out, but I was like, good on you. I mean, regardless, it's information, is it not? Right? So I thank Logan for saying what she did. Does it make it true? Does it mean that Daniel and her know the same information? But obviously Daniel knew she was probably doing a live on that TikTok, right? But yeah, we getting shit by him. Take it down, take it down, take it down. You know, poor Malaya. You saw him today, and this is okay because Daniel loves Malaya, right? Okay, you can't just go, gone, get out of my life. He has a child with her. He's a man that's still in love, right? Probably making excuses for her. Maybe there are excuses. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're legit things or whatever, you know? So you saw him drip to the, of course, about the vigil. And you guys saw it at the end when he said, if people could just stop attacking Malaya, right? That was his purpose. You could see that, right? That was his main message that he wanted to get out there at the end. And why? Of course, you got the media, right? Right now, you have them at your fingertip, Daniel. But wait till the media dries up, right? But hey, I don't think Daniel's a dumbass. He's going to use that media, just like the media is going to use him on there. Okay, so Charmaine, before we go on, and I'm sorry, you guys, I'm just in a kind of no nonsense, no shit mood right now. Charmaine's channel pops up in the thing there. It's Charmaine, just say it because you know I always screw it up.
It's True Crime Story Podcast, but just so you know, I don't do YouTube content. I do a podcast with my daughter, and when we release an episode, it automatically gets uploaded into YouTube. So I haven't done any lives or anything like that. I've considered it, and I might sometime, but don't go there thinking that you're going to find any content. It's just the same podcast that you'll find on Apple, Spotify, Amazon. I don't want anybody to be disappointed. That's all. I don't do my podcast for money. I don't do YouTube for money, subscribers, anything like that. I have my own reasons for doing the podcast. It's something good for me and my daughter to do together, as morbid as that sounds. But we enjoy it. I love when people listen and they like what we do. But don't think that I'm out there putting out content and stuff like that, because I'm not. But I do appreciate it if you go and follow the podcast.
Hi, Citizens Sleuth. On there. Okay. Please, Sharon, please, Mark, whoever has a mod, I shouldn't have to sit here and block right now. Okay. You guys should be able to see that when a troll's in here saying, become a ghost, Sonny. Ooh. Okay, just for you.
What did he say?
Just some loser that said.
I don't see them. I don't see anything. The only thing I saw was the crime and shame one.
No, I just blocked it. I just banned the person. I think Jared is talking about. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just not in the mood to put up with anybody today. We're here for a reason. Okay, it's Jack and Lily. It's not about drama and bullshit. So let's get that straight. Anyways, okay. Belinda, the paternal grandmother. You guys know that there was a vigil yesterday. We covered it for the little bit that they did show it. Daniel, didn't know Belinda was going to be there, she felt. And he let off Jack's balloon there, or whatever you call them, Japanese lanterns there. Hers went off without a hitch. That thing went straight up there. Poor little Lily. Lily was just a feisty thing fighting there. They put a pink one up. They had to stomp it out. Probably caught on fire there. Then they've got a white one. Thing didn't want to take off. It's almost like Lily. It's almost, sometimes you just think of it that way, yeah? It's almost like Lily being that feisty, that boisterous personality that she does have. But anyways, it's a beautiful picture, to be honest with you, on there. That's my brother-in-law, if you can hear him laughing in the back. Doors closed and everything, but they're gaming. But anyways, so that's Belinda, and that's a paternal grandmother. And I have so much respect for that lady. She's strong. I keep warning her about the internet. I hope she keeps believing me, that we'll always do everything for the right reasons only. I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm not. And I would think that others would have a little bit more tact as well. But hey, can't control that part. Okay. But at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. Okay. So if a family member, happens to be missing their grandbabies and wants to know the answers to them, who's literally, look at her face. It says it all. That's it's just sad, that this ridiculousness. But, but you want to know what happened to Jack and Lily. So it's very important to share the information, right? Because you have to look at every single angle. You have to push it out there and keep it out there. Why? Right? So drama causes a lot more coverage. I know that game. I'm very, very wise to what happens. Thing is, I say my piece, and then I'm honestly, like, after this live, I don't even talk about it no more because I don't care enough. I'd have to literally care about anything else. But there's nothing more important than covering the murdered and the missing. And you don't make a joke out of it. It's something you don't take lightly. And if you do, that's on you, whatever, your lips to God's ears and stuff like that. What you put out there, like I said to DG, the universe has a funny way of working that this video came out after the live, after he tried to make our channel look like shit, right? And his little followers are going to be little peons and follow him. Go right ahead. Absolutely, you little trolls. For the ones that are actually here from his channel for good purposes, thank you. Welcome. Stay. But this is the purpose. So I can't see imagining trying to sit there and say, take away from Jack and Lily's case. But I know, regardless what he did, it caused drama. That part I appreciate, because it causes drama. It causes it. You guys know that the internet's up in an uproar. You liars, crime and shame. You're just a bunch of liars. And most of the people that are saying I'm a liar, by the way, this channel, by the way, Charmaine's the one. Remember this when you guys are creating your little content. Charmaine's the one that was talking to Daniel. It wasn't me. Okay? She was talking to Daniel.
She's trying to get people to bully me instead, but they're bullying me. But
well,
YouTube's putting you out. You own the channel. You put it out. You own the channel, but I'm getting the Facebook bullshit. You're getting the YouTube bullshit. Whatever.
You know. But it's just one of those things, like I said. People, they don't know, like I said, sitting there saying liar and all that stuff. You honestly would have to think that I cared. I don't care that there's all these Facebook posts about the channel. Great. Then they know more about the channel. Maybe some of them will stay. Maybe some of them will go. Doesn't matter. It's getting coverage out there for the case. And you know why? Because it's for Jack and Lily. So that will always be truth. Okay? So again, some people use it for their own selfish reasons, but whatever. Now, this is Daniel. Of course, he's at the vigil. His face, I mean, this is a capturing of face that it's almost like you could read about 4 different expressions into this face. It's almost like someone that looks like they're pissed off as they're thinking, they're sad, they're tired, they're emotional. It looks like there's just a lot going through his mind. Did you guys see Malaya? Did anybody see Malaya at the vigil? Any of her family members? Anybody at all? Anybody? Probably not, right? Sad. It's kind of like Sebastian Rogers' case. Anybody see the bio mom and the stepdad at any of the vigils? Oh, guess what? They never went to a one. Says a lot, doesn't it? Doesn't it, though? Right? But we don't know the story as going on here between Daniel and Malaya, but there's some bullshit going on, I'll tell you that much. There's some bullshit that's going on here, for sure. You know that this case is off, right? Or not? You guys, I'm doing a live. Freaking voice louder than mine, I think. And she wasn't there. She watched it, apparently. Well, of course she watched it. Why don't you actually be there? It's not about being around Daniel, right? It's about Jack and Lily. So, you know, people are literally holding a vigil for Jack and Lily. The first one in the community. Great. So you watched it. Good on ya. You deserve a round of applause for 2 children that are missing. Or are they missing? Are they missing? Right? Yeah. Did you agree with me, Bambi? Yeah. Don't know. It's just all speculation, really. Daniel went to his hike. Oh, anyways. So I'm just going to take this down. Share. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm going to try to be faster tonight for sure. I'll do, actually, I'm going to do this one first because I really feel like this is the one that DD used, but you know what?
Video.
Thank you. Thank you, Evil Exists, for doing actual proper reporting on this. Appreciate that. You literally just nailed it. Told people exactly, right? Take it with a grain of salt. Gave the channel a shout out. Thank you so much. You know, this was how someone should report, in a sense.
Give credit to a channel called It's a Criming Shame, who will be linked below. She has been doing great work covering this case, and had a conversation with Daniel.
No.
The texts were put out on her channel, but has since been removed because of the hate Malaya started getting online, and people twisting the text to suit their own narrative. As many of you know, I share everything in a case, and at this point, the texts have made its way all over social media, from Facebook groups to TikTok. It's everywhere. I'm going to share them. Some of the things that Daniel had to say are definitely interesting, but like everything that comes from an online source, let's take it with a grain of salt. This text reads, Lily and Jack called me dad. They came for me for everything, never Malaya. She had no control over the kids. They were wild with her, and with me, listened and were well behaved. I promised myself I'd always be there for Malaya and the kids, and I am holding that promise. I only wish I could tell you fine details surrounding Malaya and her family and the disappearance. I'll let you know that Malaya was set to stay with me and the baby to leave with my cousin, but 5 minutes with her mother. Malaya changed. She couldn't even look at me. He also added that Malaya is not doing media. She has a lawyer that is the chief's brother from the reserve she belongs to. In another interesting message, we hear about Daniel's mother, and I think this text raised my red flags the highest. It reads, my mom was napping and came outside because she heard me yelling that morning for the kids. Malaya was playing on her phone. Mom came out and said Malaya had a look of worry in her eyes that mom was home. No tears, she wasn't scared the kids were gone. Just a look of worry that she got caught for something wrong. I am going to leave these texts here, for you guys to make of it what you will. For me, there are many red flags. I would love to hear from Daniel's mother directly, but she has never spoken out to the media, which I also find strange. When Malaya noticed the kids were missing, she allegedly asked Daniel if she should call the police, which is a major contradiction of the account she gave in her interview, saying that she called police right away, and it was based on her instinct that they were missing. Daniel also said the kids would go outside mostly with him, because Malaya rarely went out with them. He loves Malaya more than anything, and wants to relive their first date over waterfalls with the Daniel she first met.
So I want to give him, like I said.
Hi. Sorry to bother you. I just had a really random question. I was just wondering how much you pay for rent.
You're not paying for rent. I love watching this guy. Anyways, get rid of that one for a second.
Before I get into this,
thank you, Evil Exists. Let me repeat that. Thank you very much, Evil Exists. You guys, if you're not subscribed to his channel, if a mod could possibly go grab Evil Exists link and then just drop it in the chat if you could do that. P's not a troll. What was that text really from Daniel? Yeah, P's not a troll. P's been in here. Hasn't proven to be a troll yet. So yeah, be careful on people, okay? Now, so maybe when his okay.
How many mods are in the channel right now? Just Sharon and Steffa?
I think, is Steffa here? Steffa's here, yeah.
Steffa's here.
Okay. Who else is here? You know what? Let's see here. Yeah, support with Steph is here. You know what? Kent. 1 second. Kent. Add as a moderator. Right. Save. Kent, I just gave you a wrench. I know that you're a good dude, please. You know what I'm asking about, okay? I always just ask never over abuse it. But again, we're not here to put up with trolls, okay? So there we go. So Kent.
Mark's here as well, so that's good. We got lots
Mark's here too. Okay, guys. Hi, Olivia. How are you? Okay, so I'm just actually before I play something else, okay, you guys don't worry, we'll get to the post in the video. Don't worry on there. But thanks. Evil Exists YouTube channel. Yep, thank you so much. Is that what it is for that one? Oh, I think that's for the video, this video. I'll get it. I think he's already in the tags anyway, to be honest with you. Okay, good question, Remy. Why does Daniel want to go back to the old Daniel? Why, it's, trust me, guys, when you're in a long, like a relationship, okay, let's make this clear. Okay, my mom always told me, give a man 8 months and then you're going to see a different man typically. It always happens in the honeymoon. That doesn't mean she didn't change, but all he's saying is that obviously it's this honeymoon stage that people are in, right? That person. And then people get content and there's kids and there's stuff like that. This man obviously has freaking, he needs a bib is what he needs for all the drool, for obviously how much he loves Malaya, right? Mm-hmm. And we don't know what happened to the children, but for the side purpose of relationship, come on now. Okay, I could school many of you guys on relationship stuff, because been there, done that, done it all pretty much in a lot of ways. But I've always been very much about love, okay? Always. And I can see that, like, even though I didn't agree with it, but he's like, dig it down, they're hurting my nerve. I think he over embellished it, to be honest with you. I mean, they distinctly have Messenger. Okay, like I said, bless you. Okay, they distinctly have Messenger. You don't think that their asses are talking on Messenger?
I honestly think he just panicked. I think that he found out that she was being, attacked and somebody saw it, probably, maybe, allegedly, maybe her mother saw it and it got back to him and he panicked because he's trying to be kind and he's trying to be able to have Malaya back in his life. And I think that blew up in his face that day.
Well, definitely, but I mean, he hasn't even attempted to message you, but again, he's, I guess to the mod, as far as Justin knew, from Clutch Them Pearls, that was the only message, and then he didn't answer, so it's one of those things. You guys will determine it for yourself. You know, is Daniel playing us for a fool, or is he being genuine? Right? That's really what you guys are going to try to determine. Is Malaya's mom, in this whole time that Malaya's is zipped out of Daniel's life, yeah? Right? What did the mom say? Did she say, you know, I got Jack and Lily, let's go. Come on, get your shit together. Because basically, the bio dad, right, of Jack and Lily has said the same thing. And it, like, I don't want to put him saying the same words as Daniel, but same idea, right? And I think with Malaya as well. Obviously, okay, so you have to think about it in a lot of ways when you read some of the content. If Malaya, for instance, has grown up in a sociopathic kind of world, meaning her mother is heartless, uncaring, well, how is that child going to be raised in those families, right? So you have to think about that stuff when it comes to lack of emotions and that. Does it make them guilty of it? No, we don't know that. We just simply don't know. But you have to look at those things, right? Why did this happen? Why did Malaya just take off with her mom? What does her mom have over her head, you know, for Malaya to just leave with her? Oh, anyways, okay. We'll get into those posts after the video, but I got to show these quickly because I Belinda just sent these to me, so I do want to show them. Facebook. Okay, so you guys know, right? There's Belinda back over there. Okay, so isn't that pretty at nighttime there? Okay, so these are some pictures. Little Jack. Okay, guys, that's what we're here for, please. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's just hard to look at. See, there's Malaya, right? And Belinda said, you guys, that it was like she had a gift to be a mother, right? And again, we've talked about postpartum stuff with Malaya, you know, so try just to use the good judgment and just think about everything. I mean, there could be involvement there. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the way she was raised, lack of emotions, or right. But there's something strange. Don't get me wrong. There's something strange here. There definitely is. There's Malaya again with little Jack. You know, so thank you so much. Little Lily on her horsey. Aw. 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 You know? Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Okay. So I'm just going to go quickly play this quickly from the news. This one right here. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm just going to play it for what it is. It's about the vigil and stuff.
Monday night at a candlelight vigil to honor siblings Jack and Lily Sullivan. It marked 1 month since the two young children were reported missing from their home in Lansdowne Station. Angela McIver reports.
Tonight is about saying a prayer, and we're going to light the way home for them.
A paper lantern for 4-year-old Jack, another for 6-year-old Lily, released into the twilight sky as a beacon of hope.
Illuminate the path for Lily and Jack. Guide their footsteps home.
One by one, people placed candles, teddy bears, and angels outside the Stellarton RCMP detachment, a growing memorial as many questions are still unanswered.
Investigators remain committed to exploring all possibilities surrounding the children's disappearance. We want to thank all those who provided tips and information. Please know that we're fully engaged in finding out what happened to Lily and Jack.
Some family members of the two children looked on as dozens of community members showed they care.
It's like every parent's worst nightmare. You don't ever want to have to ever go through something like this. And I think it's good to show them that their community is here for support if they need it.
Search and rescue volunteers have scoured a total of 8.5 square kilometers surrounding the children's home. The latest search happened this past weekend when crews focused on a pipeline trail where a boot print was previously found.
Tell me what that's been like living here in this community and having to watch this unfold day after day.
It's hard because with Facebook, you're on Facebook every morning, check and see if there's an update. You go to the RCMP site to see if there's an update, and then you hear about searches, and your heart just breaks every time because you pray that today will be the day that they bring them home.
Angela McIver, CBC News, Stellarton.
Oh, I'm sitting there talking to myself for a second. I probably needed a break. I probably needed to talk to myself. Sonny, chill. No, I'm tired. I usually don't get stressed out, but I'm not even stressed. It's just been a long day, right, Charmaine? It's been a long day. Yeah. I had 3.5 hours sleep.
Actually.
Yeah. I had 3.5 hours sleep. Up at what?
What is it, Tuesday today?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I guess it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
Yeah. Okay.
She said on Tuesday.
Okay. So I wanted to do a certain thing, but we're just going to simply play the video to hear it, okay? Because, you know, when I was watching Justin and he put up this video, I was like, come on, Justin, come on. Like, as she's talking, I'm thinking, think of those texts, 2 + 2. Finally, he said it, right, with one of the texts he remembered. But the thing that I loved about this is that this was really just almost like repeating well, there's still more information that that she didn't say. And I can tell when she's lying, meaning Logan. And, you know, for the purpose of she simply didn't want to answer certain things. And that's fine. But we'll go through that. And then we'll go through the screenshots after. Okay, guys? And, well, let's go. No, that's not it. 1 second. I know you want out, Bambi. I can hear you. Video file. Okay, so this should be it here. Okay, so I'll probably play it and stop it at certain points. Or Charmaine, if
I'm ever like, hey, I just find it so odd. You would think, did any of them ever make the statement that they wanted to look for the children, or did she make a fuss saying like, I don't want to leave until I find my kids?
No.
Or... Really?
No. So that's what I stated as well. Because when I got there, I said, do you want me to stay with the baby? You can go look. She goes, I'm going to stay with.
I gotta hear that.
They wanted to look for the children, or did she make a fuss saying like, I don't want to leave until I find my kids?
No.
Or... Really?
No. So that's what I stated as well. Because when I got there, I said, do you want me to stay with the baby? You can go look. She goes, I'm going to stay with the baby. Okay, said whatever. So I went looking. So that was the next thing, was when she was told that the baby had to leave the residence. She's exactly told she did not have to leave the residence. They just wanted the baby off the resident, from away from the residence. That's like, this whole scenario isn't something a kid should be a part of. So the baby was going to come to my house. So she's never been apart from the baby. Never. Like, she's meadow. So I said, you're more than
meadow. Oh, thanks, husband. 1 sec. I'll turn off my screen, husband. Okay, go ahead. Where is she? Please call her. She's coming. 1 sec. I'll just keep playing for a sec.
Welcome to come too. If not, I am comfortable. I have 3 kids of my own. Like Malaya, I can take care of this kid. Like, I can take care of the baby, no problem. So first the baby, it was just going to be the baby. And then she decided she was going to come with me. So, but then something changed and we were at the briefing. Her mother said something to her. And then I had to take everything out of my car and put it in her mother's car. And like I said, she had this whole plan. Like, she was going to drive her car into my house.
Mm-hmm.
And she was going to, and then the plan changed. Oh, I'm going to take the car to my mother's. Like, I'm going with my mother. Well, she didn't even come back for the car. Like, the search and rescue had her car towed to wherever she was because they left the car. That's how much of a hurry that was to leave. Malaya stayed at. So.
Shit, 1 second. I accidentally hit the wrong thing.
She's exactly told she did not have to leave the residence. They just wanted the baby off the resident, from away from the residence. That's like, this whole scenario isn't something a kid should be a part of. So the baby was going to come to my house. So she was She's never been apart from the baby. Never. Like, she's meadow. So I said, you're more than welcome to come too. If not, I am comfortable. I have 3 kids of my own. Like Malaya, I can take care of this kid. Like, I can take care of the baby, no problem. So first the baby, it was just going to be the baby. And then she decided she was going to come with me. So, but then something changed and we were at the briefing. Her mother said something to her. And then I had to take everything out of my car and put it in her mother's car. And like I said...
Hold on a second. So I'm talking about, that is the father. I've done my homework. The mother, Cindy Murray, is attached. He's the father. Okay. So if you, that's, you can believe what you want. All you have to do is go to his Facebook like I did. And you can sit there and see it's the same person posting, and that Cindy Murray is a friend on his. So Henry Joseph, okay, Brooks. Okay, that's true. So that is the father. What was going on for her to leave in such a hurry? Great question. Great question.
She had this whole plan, like she was going to drive her car into my house. Mm-hmm. And she was going to, and then the plan changed. Oh, I'm going to take the car to my mother's. Like, I'm going with my mother. Well, she didn't even come back for the car. Like, the search and rescue had her car towed to wherever she was because they left the car. That's how much of a hurry that was to leave. Malaya stayed at they stayed at the residence Friday night.
And just out of curiosity, because I think you said something and I wasn't quite sure I understood. When did Malaya's mother arrive at the house?
So she arrived Friday. She was there before I got there on Friday when they went missing. I'm not sure the exact time. We all tried to figure that out. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did Malaya's mother stay overnight there?
I am unsure, but she was there in the morning when I got back. When I came back. So she could have stayed the night. I am, like I said, I am unsure because I didn't stay at the residence that night. I went home. And Daniel did pass the lie detector test.
So what was Daniel's relationship like with Malaya's mom?
From what I understand, Malaya's relationship with her mother was never great. She didn't want to live with her mother. So Daniel's poison is, from what I understand, poison. Like he always said, and he said this in his interviews over and over again, is every time Malaya got ahead in life, her mother pulled her back. So we'll just go with that.
I just find it strange how the grandmother would convince her daughter to leave
the residence
instead of staying with her to look for these babies.
That woman has never shed a tear the whole time she was there. My dad even stated that. He goes, I cried. Like my father cried and cried and cried. This is a 55-year-old man. And he cried for those children. And
yeah, so Logan is Daniel's cousin. And I mean, like I said, this stuff says a lot. I mean, it does. The mother of Malaya's not even shedding a tear or crying. Malaya's not shedding a tear or crying. Why? What did the mother say to her? Why does this seem so weird? I mean, what I'm saying is, bottom line is, you have to look at everything. And when there's weirdness there's simply weirdness. However you want to take these texts that are coming up and stuff like that, or what Logan's saying, that's totally up to, you guys. Okay. And you can decipher it. But to be honest with you, like there's certain things that people say, like, the bus driver, right? Well, we checked the bus driver out. Okay. And his brother, brother lives in Alberta, the one that's the pedo guy. But anyway, so, but obviously the police, RCMP would have checked that out. But
what do you mean by that there, Gray Hughes?
Hey, Gray. Sonny makes me look like I'm not. You're the biggest grifter that I know in the true crime community. Who are you kidding?
I don't know what a grifter is. What is a grifter?
A grifter is someone like Gray Hughes that always asks people to donate to him all the time and calls them idiots talk like that to his viewers. But
I know who Gray is. I don't know what a grifter is. And
grifter is somebody that just rides for money. Yeah, that they just do things for money. I think we know who the biggest grifter here is, Gray. Come on now. Actually, what are you doing in here? You know I don't like you. And you know you don't like me either.
I mean, it could be fake.
It could be. But Sunny makes me... It could... You know what? It could be. It could be. All I have to do is go check, though. It just takes me a second.
He's probably live on Kohlberger right now.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just go here for a second. Let's take a look. Do I even care right now, to be honest with you? My thing is behind anyway. Actually, I'm just gonna ignore that, and then of course if Gray continues, he knows he's just gonna get a freaking boot ass out of here. So, Gray, stop sending us your main. Don't get money. Well, like I said, I just don't have the time of day right now to actually go look because the stream's lagging. But I could do it. Do I want to? Just boot his ass out of here if he wants to talk like that, Sharon. I don't care. You know, people with subs, their egos get a little bit bigger sometimes.
That grandmother didn't shed a tear.
Now, I know you can't speak on Daniel's behalf, but what does he really truly believe happened to these kids?
That's something that he has stated all along, that it's something that has to come from him. He believes they were, I think he believes that they were picked up by now, like that they were abducted, because there's no sign of them in the woods. He doesn't believe they're in the woods.
Mm-hmm. So he really doesn't believe that mom had anything to do with it.
That's something I don't know, because you always have your line of doubt, right? Like you always have your theories and your things. So I can't speak on his behalf on that.
I understand. I just know that they both used each other as an alibi and in the morning in regards to the situation.
Absolutely. And no, I don't believe he believes that Malaya had anything to do with the children missing.
A question that I have is, did Malaya have, or do you know, if Malaya had her own cell phone?
Yes, she has her own cell phone. I've called her on it.
Okay. And Daniel has his own cell phone?
Absolutely, but they're a very open couple.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, I was just curious.
I see that. Did you think
Hold on.
Malaya met somebody else type deal?
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, when I heard that I was like, what do you mean they're a very open couple? Open is in the sense that they just have their phones willingly. I think that's more probably what I think.
That's what they meant.
Yeah,
that's what they meant.
Yeah.
I don't think they're swingers.
No, I mean, because when she talks at the end, she talks about how much their relationship was really good. You know, obviously it mustn't. There's something there with her mother, though. Come on now, let's get real. You don't just bolt out of Daniel's life when you love each other so much, and then a mother comes along. What does the mother have on her? Something. What did she say to Malaya that made her freaking hightail out of there so fast? Something's going on here, people. And I mean, I would love to think for sure that the RCMP are looking all into this. It's just it reeks, that part of it. It reeks from when Daniel says that Malaya takes off. And sorry, dear, sorry, Daniel, but I'm not here to stick up for your girlfriend. I'm just here to cover the case, talk about situations, but nobody's been charged or anything like that. But we can still speculate and talk about it because obviously something happened to Lily and Jack, right? And sometimes I feel like Daniel's trying to have his cake and eat it too. That he wants Malaya back and he, is looking for the kids, but also on the same token wants Malaya back. And don't get me wrong, like I said, he's blind as a horse, obviously, because obviously if someone takes off, but he's thinking of it like, what did the mother do? What did the mother do? Who knows? But why? Come on now. That's strange, regardless. That seems like freaking like the cave days where you just drag them by the hair and be like, come on, daughter. I don't know.
No, that's not where I was going with this. No. No, I was actually thinking back to when Daniel had said that he had gone out looking for the children and that the police, he had offered up his phone to the police to check the GPS and, all that sort of thing, right?
Absolutely, yeah. No, they do have separate cell phones.
Okay, all right.
And the cops even gave Daniel a cell phone while they took Daniel's cell phone. So, no.
Okay.
I don't know, like I said, whatever she has offered up or whatever she has done, if she had a lie detector test or whatever she has done, I can't speak on her behalf anymore because I haven't seen her since literally that Saturday, but I haven't spoken to her since that Sunday.
So did it come as a shock to Daniel that she actually up and left him?
Yes, 100%. Because one moment there was an altercation at the end of the driveway, which was me and one of Malaya's family members screaming at each other. And the cops were called down. So when the cops came down, they took Malaya aside. They took my mother aside because my mother said she was part of the altercation, which she was. I was as well. And my aunt. We all got spoken to by the police. Malaya literally told the police officer right then and there, this is the happiest I've ever been. I feel the safest when I'm with here. Even when she left, Officer Mason was dead shocked, as was Daniel, that she actually left. Because she told the officer that it was the safest she's ever been.
Hold on. I want you guys to remember that. Because Malaya said that, the cousin saying that Malaya said that she was the happiest she's ever been. Just remember that when you're watching those posts. Well, remember all of it, actually. And see, what I wanted to do was put the wordings that Daniel said, that the conversation with Charmaine, to match up to what Logan has said. But you know what? You guys can do that homework yourself. Freaking, I'm tired. I ain't doing it. To be honest, if I do it, I'll do it for myself and the channel. That's about it. But other than that, take the post, stick them with the video to where they infer, and yeah.
So when
after her mother got there,
that was before her mother got to her.
And I just want to clarify, when you're saying that, she was saying that this is the safest she's ever felt, meaning in your company and your family's company.
Yes,
correct? Yeah,
absolutely, okay. Yes.
Okay.
So, to know that he got home to go contact her, that he was blocked and deleted, was a complete and utter shock.
How old is Malaya?
Malaya is 27, I believe.
And Daniel's 30...
32, I believe.
33.
Okay. I just want to mention something. There's 211 people in the room. Yes. Could we get people to tap, please, and just boost the channel? It really, really, really helps the channel a lot. So if you're sitting here watching and you're enjoying the content, please support the channel.
Yes, tap away.
Oh, and I described Daniel and Malaya's relationship great, to be totally honest. For every time I've been around and been there, they've completely got along. So I don't know. Every relationship has issues, but I've never. I described their relationship as great. They became very close. They had a child together. He raises their kids. She helped raise his other kid. You know what I mean? I didn't see any issues.
And has Daniel had the opportunity since this?
Okay, just note that she said that. It kind of got cut off there, and that Malaya helped raise the other, Daniel's other kids. So for anyone out there that keeps saying that somebody said that Daniel didn't have 2 other kids, so with his ex-wife there, 2 kids, and she literally just said that, right? So again, for anyone coming in, Logan Mackenzie, which is Janie, Janie Mackenzie is Daniel's mother. Logan Mackenzie is Daniel's cousin, female, obviously. And that, so we've kept hearing about the cousin they're close, right? And this part's just weird, right? Because it's So if Malaya loves Daniel so much, what is it that made her drop everything the minute her mom, you know, was she talking on the phone? And that's why Daniel, was she talking like, somebody said this to me. Was she talking? Remember Daniel says about her getting caught on the, like talking on the phone, you know, like, or on her phone, you know? So was she talking to her mother at that point? Because he said it like, it's like she got caught with her hand in the cookie jar, basically. Huh. Huh.
You know, I'm gonna, no comment.
Okay.
This has happened to visit Meadow.
No.
So who's preventing them from, is it Malaya that's preventing them from doing that?
From what I understand, it's Children's Aid.
Sorry, from what you understand, it's who?
Children's Aid.
Why would Children's Aid withhold access to his child?
I'm not sure. And this is the type of situation that I've never been in.
Like he even, I mean.
And he has proved himself over and over again. So an CPS issue with this is kind of not my spot to say. So what goes on there? But no, from what I understand, and this is the only thing I'm going to say about it, is I believe it is CPS that is doing this right now.
So is it
Like,
Malaya or is it
Malaya's
mom that has access to the little one right now?
The baby, Meadow is in custody of her mother. Like
Okay.
Malaya has custody of Meadow at the moment.
I don't understand why they wouldn't allow Daniel access.
I don't understand why, if this is a case.
And Malaya has the baby.
Unless she made allegations of domestic abuse. But even then, it would have to go to family court, and he should be allowed at minimal right now supervised access with
Absolutely, and we've been going through all that. But as of right now, we're working on that. So that's something I don't really want to discuss, is like his doings with the children at the moment.
Right. And that's fair enough.
And I don't believe she's met anybody else. Like I said she felt the safest in everything there. So everybody's saying that maybe she met somebody new. I don't believe that. Her and Daniel were great. So I can't.
So just your gut instinct. What do you think? If you're not comfortable, that's fine. I mean, what is your gut instinct? What's going on with Malaya? Why is she doing all of this?
I believe her mother's kind of manipulative. From what I've seen of her.
Why would the mom want to do this?
I don't know. But what I've met of the mother, Daniel and her have been together 3 years. This is the first time I have ever met the mother. And like I said, and you know when you get vibes from people, you know. Even when I was putting my phone number in Malaya's phone for her, when she was leaving, her mother seemed like I was doing something wrong. Like she was like, "What are you doing with Malaya's phone? Like, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm giving her my number so she has me to call. Like I'm a safe place." Like why are you being so nosy on what I'm doing to your daughter's phone? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like why? But when I did try to call Malaya afterwards, like on that Sunday, to check on Meadow and to check on her, she answered. And as soon as she answered, what I got was, I said, "How is Meadow?" She goes, "Meadow is fine." And then I hear in the background, "Who are you talking to? Hang that phone up."
So she's very toxic. Yeah.
Yes. So then when I called back the next time, because I'm very persistent, I'm going to call the next day, my number was blocked. So, you know, little trick on your phone, if you're blocked, you can private your number and it will still go through. So I did call, but I didn't say anything because I wanted to see who would answer the phone. Her mother answered the phone and she went Malaya's phone. So I did not talk and I just hung up the phone because I knew I wasn't going to get anywhere. You're a 27-year-old girl and your mother has custody of your phone. I think there's an issue there.
Interesting.
She seems very toxic to me, and like I said, yes, very controlling, and that's what how Daniel has described her to me because I've asked about her.
Yeah.
Jack, it's time to go to bed, baby. No, it's time to go to bed, baby. That 3-hour late nap was not a great idea. I'm sorry. But yeah, no.
This is almost over, but her son's name is Jack. It's not Jack and Lily. It's her son's name is Jack. Just make that clear. You think she's honestly going to sit there if she has the children and go, you know, Jack. Shh. Okay, just to make that clear. And Batman, not even going to go there. I talked with the paternal grandmother. She knows who her son is and all that stuff. You know, it's her son. And you honestly think that they didn't look into him harshly? Of course they would have, you know, but nothing. But I'm not even going to go there. I haven't even entertained her son because honestly, like I said, the first place they're going to go is within that family, right? Right. So we'll leave it at that. You can have your thoughts. You know, don't want to take those away, but I'm not going to go there.
Yeah. So if there's not anything else, I'm going to try to get this little creature to go to bed. But yeah, I kind of hope that I helped squash some.
You know, Logan, I want to thank you again so much for trusting this channel. I understand that you haven't ever spoken out. You have not spoken to the media.
I won't speak to the media. I've been contacted daily.
Well, again, I just want to thank you so much. I really, really appreciate and the trust that you have in me, in the channel, in our mods, and you are very welcome back anytime.
Thank you. Like I said.
Yeah, I just booted him, okay? Honestly, I know that people can have their thoughts, but I don't really feel like listening to someone keep saying about the bio dad. Again, I talked to Belinda, okay? I mean, I already know the information and stuff like that, so I'm not just going to feed into that. I don't want crap out there in a sense that shouldn't be out there. You guys can go do that on other channels if you want to talk about the bio dad. It's not because I'm, you know, trying to protect the bio dad in a sense, but I am as well. Because, like I said, me and Belinda talk, of course, behind the scenes, and this is her son. And again, it's not like, do you honestly think that the bio dad that hasn't seen his children, you know, in a few years is going to sit there and go, you know what? I think I'm just going to go do something to these children. Come on now. Come on now. Think he would do that to his mother? No. Anyways, I'm just not going to. I would entertain something if I actually felt like there was value to it. I've never felt that there's been value to that whatsoever, to be honest with you. And people got the wrong Lily Sullivan out there, by the way. Okay, so now the next thing I guess will come the posts on there. So share screen. Shemaine, I'm having a dilemma here for a second. Because, pardon? Well, actually, hold on. Hold on. Did you want to say anything to this?
Just that I know the information she's omitting, and I know why she's omitting it. She's claiming to not know, or and saying straight out that's kind of not my story to tell. That's Daniel's if he chooses to tell it. And same with me, since I've been saying since Sunday or Saturday night, if Daniel wants to say some of the things that he said publicly, then that's for him to tell, not for me to tell. But her interview here totally corroborates my conversation with Daniel. So my doubts, like, believe it or not, over the last couple of days, I've started to wonder if, number one, it was really Daniel that I was talking to, but then I was like, duh, the fake person wouldn't spam call me like that. And then number two, he wouldn't care if the posts were taken down if it was a fake profile. So
oh, absolutely on that. But he obviously didn't seem to care that his own close cousin is spewing out more shit than we ever showed.
And I think that, honestly, I think that it was because of how badly our information was received. I think that the interview was probably done to kind of put the proper context to the information for the people that didn't want to listen to the live, and then we took it down and it was no longer there for people to go back and listen to. So there was no context other than what all of these other creators are taking. And I just want to say really quickly that I know, and I said it last night, I think too, like we knew that those were going to be taken and spread around. We knew that, but what I didn't consider is that people wouldn't actually watch the live and use the context. And that was my bad. And I did apologize to Daniel for that part. But
because people, that's just it, right? And I know maybe some of them, because they think I'm using, I don't know if they felt like maybe they don't know me enough to, I would copyright strike them or something. I don't know. At the end of the day, they were more than willing to use the content properly, about or understand it properly. And so, I mean, I know some content creators, if they don't know the YouTube channel too well and stuff like that, they're just trying to protect themselves from, YouTube copyright strikes and stuff like that. I'm not into that game, okay? I mean, even these posts, I could sit there and splash "It's a Crime and Shame" right across them so that whoever sees it, sees the title "It's a Crime and Shame." There's part of me, that's actually what I was going to ask you, Charmaine, is if I should do that or not, because it's like the people that literally, take it, they don't even bother. Like, it's like, oh yeah, it came from this person or that person type of thing. But then it's not about me at all. And that's why I was like, that's why I don't do usually that crap. It's very, like, I've done that maybe a couple times, maybe in Delphi, but I think there was one other time I put it on. Oh, that was just recently on the thing. But I only put it like up there, but I'm not into that type of stuff, because to me, it's just about being unselfish. Here you guys go, here's parts to the case type of idea. And then, go ahead and do your due diligence in a sense. I know you can't sit there and force people to be good people or decent humans in a way. People always like to cause drama. They know that drama causes, more views, more clicks and that. But on the good side of drama, it does spread awareness about the case. And that's always the point. Like, there's not one piece of this or one piece of me that's doing this for any sort of self-gain, for freaking viewers and stuff like that. Yes, do I want awareness? Yes, if people subscribe, they subscribe. But it's from the heart that I cover anything. Trust me, I never wanted to be in true crime. But it's just about, I know what this stuff can do. And the bottom line is that something happened. I'm not here to protect people at all, right? I will protect absolutely Belinda, okay? Why? Because she clearly has nothing to do with the disappearance of her own grandbabies. But as for anyone else, whether it's Daniel or whatever, I'm not here to protect anyone else, because we don't know who took Lily and Jack. We don't know if it's some hidden thing that the kids are still alive somewhere. Is there suspicions? So sometimes I don't even actually like talking to family members in a way for this reason. Now, I want to give an exception to Belinda on this, because she's been nothing but amazing in, like being strong and everything like that. Because just like me, I'm like, Belinda, trust me, okay? Just trust in me, because I know exactly how the YouTube world game is. We both do, right? So I think that Charmaine has a little bit more, because she really does the lives, right? Like, it's not like she sits there and does YouTube typically. She comes on the live as a friend to discuss cases with me. But as for typically how I put out content and stuff like that, I'm the one that does all the thumbnails and everything like that. Charmaine just comes up and joins me because, it's a case that we're following, and that she's interested.
And I have opinions.
And yes, and
I'm good at opinions.
Yes.
Can I just quickly answer Rena?
Sure.
So she said, I think the cousin talked to take the heat off of Malaya and put it on her mom. And you know what? That's kind of That's the information. That's some of the information that Daniel, he didn't mind if it was out there, but in a certain way. But that's the information that I wasn't comfortable putting out there. And there's a lot more to that. But you're exactly right. And that's why I think that the screenshots were taken and misrepresented. I think Daniel gave the cousin permission to go on and do what she did. And then also Sunny, Renee, I can't say that last name. I'm not even going to try because I'll butcher it. She wrote a poem for Jack and Lily, and I posted your email. So can you check it?
Check my email?
Yeah, just to see if she sent it.
Let me take a look. We'll get there, guys. Don't worry, we'll get there. Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm not trying to drag it out. No, there's nothing here. No.
Maybe she hasn't sent it yet. But...
Who is it there? Who wrote a poem?
Renee. That one. Renee Audabo.
Yeah.
Audabo. I did post your email address and I posted mine too. So hopefully she sends it. I'd love to read it.
Well, I was going to say I'd rather read it now, if that's the case. Rena, are you in chat? Just answer.
Just a minute. I got an email here. Let me see if it's... Nope. Wasn't that?
I mean, thank you for doing that, of course, for the kids. Maybe she's behind the scenes. Okay, you know what? While we're waiting for a second, again, credit to Justin for this info. Actually, where's that picture? I took a picture. Yes, I did take a picture.
You know what? And I appreciated Justin because I understand when people are skeptical. I really, really do. And I know that he's tight with whatever his name is, DD. I appreciated the way he conducted his live yesterday. And I emailed him and he doesn't respond to comments. I don't know if he's just ignoring my email, but I mean, I would like to talk to him.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I do love, Justin, he really just has a good heart. The lie that he did, no, I'm sorry, but it didn't really put me in a good light of the channel. You know,
no, the day before, yes, but yesterday wasn't that bad.
Yesterday it was definitely better. I know his intention isn't to hurt someone, but it was hurtful how it was coming across to me. It was hurtful because, again, I don't play games and stuff like that. And it was just kind of some of the things he was saying, like as if, you know, like, oh, oh, they're fake, you know, oh, they're putting up fake stuff, you know, and it was just kind of like, you know, in my head, all I was thinking was, please just do your due diligence a little bit. Have some content behind it before you sit there and basically it's when somebody's talking out of their ass and they have no idea, but they're putting up content because somebody says, I'll send you something. You know, and I get he has the right to say whatever he wants. Don't get me wrong, but I'm a big advocate of his channel. And so, yeah. So is it going to sting? Absolutely. DD doing what he did. Is it going to sting? Well, no, not really. Cause I don't really know him that well, but I was enjoying his content. But the way once he started putting out that stuff about Daphne, and I even put a post on his thing, you know, to say like, hey, I mean, seriously, the dude could have just simply asked me and I would have sent him all the posts, right? I'm not there to do somebody's homework. That's the one thing that's probably bugging me, a couple things the most, is that where does he get off thinking that we owe him anything? So if we don't give him that content, you're just going to bash us and call us hoaxers?
That's called blackmail, actually.
Exactly. So, you know, And the thing is that do you think it's going to change? One, his subscribers will be crawling up his ass still. It doesn't matter, right? And I know that. But it's the thing is that, you know what? I have my word. He can have his word. But at the end of the day, it's about Jack and Lily. If you're going to do content, you know, at least have some decency, especially if you're calling yourself a lawyer statement analysis. And you literally lied. You literally lied. You know, and it was just basically reverse psychology to try to get me to do live, for him to literally say that we took down the live because of him and his subscribers. He just did that on purpose. Do you understand? You know, it's not like he's a dumbass. He's playing a game. I see the game that he's playing. But yeah, we didn't owe him or anybody anything. Where did he get off thinking we do? So if you don't, you're going to trash the channel. Grow the hell up on that. Just, you know, there's no love lost there, dude. At the end of the day, it is what it is, you know. Like I said, I can take my lickings and move on from it and stuff like that. Maybe tomorrow we're going to be hugging and not kissing or nothing like that. Maybe we will be BFFs by tomorrow there, Dee Dee.
No, even though he's count me out, because no.
Yeah. Yeah. Did Renee, did you send it? I don't... It's not coming. Maybe we're going to just have to post it on a different live. Okay, unless it comes to me before the end of this live. But again, Daniel Martell, same picture. Oh my goodness. That answered the same thing from, you know. So obviously it's starting to get to be 2 + 2. So who's really the liar here? Is it our channel? Or is it people pushing a narrative? Because like I said, a lot of the people that I saw saying that we were liars are the people that I literally blocked. I literally hid them from the channel, right? And then they get pissy. So like this one chick, I can't think of her name actually, whatever. She looks like a freaking witch is what she does. I wish I could show her, but I'm too busy blocking them and whatever. So with her, but no, I didn't block you, Dee Dee. But anyways, it was like these people were the ones that crime and shame is a liar. Sonny's a liar. Sonny's a liar. They always do that. The minute you boot them, you know, all of a sudden they just go trashing everywhere. Oh my God, hurt my poor feelings. You know, like literally, you guys would have to understand this shield is stronger than you could ever imagine. I do not take people's bullshit because I don't need to. You know, I don't need to at all. If I'm doing it for the right reasons and the right purposes. And then some people leave comments like, well, if you're so caring and empathic, you know, why are you saying certain things? Did I say I was a freaking angel? No. You know, I call a spade a spade. I speak my truth. Simple as that. And other channels can speak their truth, but I'm just saying, you know, at this point, are we really liars? Are we, you know? Well, some people are going to still say yes. They're going to take these and run with them and do whatever. But anyways, if I'm doing this for anybody, to be honest with you, evil exists, Sud. Can you please show the screenshots in their full form? Yes, yes, we can. Evil exists. For you, yes, we can. We can. For Dee Dee, Deception Detective, no, it's not about you. Never was.
Thank you, Mark.
What did Mark say? Well, again, we know the truth. That's all that matters to me, is that this channel runs on, again, the truth and being sincere. No one can take that away from this channel. You can try. Not going to happen. You know, you can unsubscribe because you don't like what I said. Still not going to happen. I do it because it's sincere. And that's just who we are. Simple as that. Okay. You guys, I guess you guys want to get onto it. Let's get onto it. Let's see here. Chrome tab. Facebook. Nope. I want my thumbnail. Okay. Well, I got to scroll back up, actually. Make this bigger, I suppose. Oh, no, can't do it that way. That's too big. Okay. So I don't know if you want to read it, Charmaine, or
I
if you want.
I really don't. But just for real quick context, I'm just showing on my phone. I'm on my Facebook, and see Daniel Martell, and then I'm going to click message, and here we are. Message, and then just let me show you that it's the same as what you're seeing. You're not going to read it off my phone, but
I wonder how many times Dee jizzed whenever I said his name. I'm sure. Huh?
Or no, I don't want to add Daniel as a friend, but or probably sitting there right now with his little screen record, thinking he's going to get my Facebook.
Yeah.
Same thing that you're looking at right now. Same thing. Same thing. Goes for miles and miles and miles and miles. So carry on. I ain't a liar.
Okay. Nope. So people
it's
can
because, and just look at the title of his intro or whatever. He's an attorney trained in whatever he's an attorney trained in. That doesn't mean he's an attorney who is trained in. That could mean that his dad is a lawyer and raised him a certain way. Like, I'm not saying that's the case, but come on.
Give us receipts. We want receipts.
Those lawyers that have, degrees and they're certified and they're practicing lawyers, they don't act this way. They don't blackmail people.
No.
For content.
Yeah. So if you guys really want to see your folks,
whatever, but I don't like him ever since he alluded to possibility that these children might not have been alive on that CCTV video. That the RCMP might be playing word games with us because we're a lot like the States. Little did he didn't even mention the fact that Stephen Stearns had already been arrested and was in custody when they gave that information to the media. But no, the RCMP are just going to play word games with us.
Well, to be honest with you, I just want to be fair about this, okay? Because just like he can judge this channel, I'm going to judge his. So the cases that we were following for other ones, I was listening intently, Sebastian Facts and blah, 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 blah. But once I actually, because we cover this case with dignity, defective detective, because we cover this case, whatever, that's when I realized, like I said, that he's not there to put out a content properly. He's just he didn't do his due diligence at all for Daphne, the great aunt of Lily and Jack. That's offensive, really. But meaning that's like making a mockery of it and using your channel not to do your due diligence. I mean, again, he can pick his nose. He can eat his shit for all I care, right? Whatever content he wants to put out there, go right ahead, Maybe I need some of those glasses. Hey, Didi, are you selling those glasses? No, just kidding. But anyways, but the thing is that after listening to or watching him cover this case and how he was speaking about, that Daphne's, I call this, and then to blatantly lie yesterday, blatantly lie on purpose to bully, that's the joke of it. What an embarrassment to himself. How embarrassing is it that we're literally now providing the proof because of that video of Logan's cousin coming out. Now he's probably going to diss all that too. He's probably going to diss whatever this, okay? But whatever. The people that are honest and true, they'll know. But anyways.
As well as I do, he's going to accuse us of making that phone call and pretending to be Logan.
Well, he's probably going to accuse us of being Logan Mackenzie.
That's what I just said.
Oh, is that what you just said? Well, that's what, I guess we're just thinking the same then, aren't we? I thought you were saying about the phone calls that you have. I was talking, like the ones that are on the screenshots.
No, he's going to say we got somebody to voice in for Logan.
Showed you guys. And all you guys have to do is go to Daniel Martell's Facebook. You can see Logan Mackenzie, his cousin, right on there, right? She did good. She gave out more information. That's what you guys wanted, right? Right? Again, we do apologize that we were in a rush that day and Charmaine was doing the screenshots. And like she said, right? We weren't aware that people were actually not going to watch the content. We just expected people to maybe pull up the live and play the part where those parts are that they wanted and clip them out and whatever. Didn't think that. But this time, like I said, this is what I call eating crow. What you put out to the universe, you get back. So when that video on Justin's channel came out with Logan on it, and you guys can go see Logan, I'll just go to Daniel Martell's, look at her face. That's all you need to do. Do you honestly think? And then Justin said, I believe her actually, because you can tell. And I'm thinking, Justin, dude, if you watch this channel, you'd believe how sincere we are. You would know a little bit more about us, but know the sincerity. When people are talking, you can tell the sincerity, you know. But anyways, if you guys want to buy the It's a Crime and Shame deception deck, it's only, you know what, I'm going to undercut, Dee Dee, yours for $99.99 today. Okay, special deal, guys. $99.99. No, just kidding.
Hard pass.
Okay, let's get into these. Okay, guys. Okay, I guess should I take us off screen? I probably should. Should I do it this way? How would you like me? What do you think? Or should I leave it like this? You guys can do that, right? You know what? Do it like this. If you guys see any black or blue cover-ups, it's because we're not sharing that information with you. There's still stuff that we're still not going to share because you know what? Again, this is just some extra insight into the day of Jack and Lily going missing. Remember that. This is all about Jack and Lily. And anyone that says differently, then you suck as a human being. Because this is about Jack and Lily, and this is about that day. And this is about information, okay? So just use it. Use it for the good that it was intended for, okay?
And just ahead of time for anybody that's watching and not in chat and you're looking for ammo against the channel or against me, if you start messaging me about these or posting shit about these, I don't care. I don't care anymore. I barely cared yesterday what everybody had to say, and today my give a fuck is gone. So do you take the information, believe it, don't believe it. This is the end for me. This is the end. I'm not doing this anymore with you.
Yeah. Do right by Belinda. At least do right by Belinda, who's been giving you guys information as well. You know, if you guys feel Daniel too, just do right in a sense by it all. Take the information, like people are going to do what they're going to do still regardless. But you know what? Again, you have to look at everything. This is give you a new avenue to think about, right? You decide. Okay. All right. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take off the banner. I don't like things to interfere with, or no. Yeah, because they're just going to screen grab it that way anyway. So, oh well, might as well just hide it. Then I'm going to take me and Charmaine off, and I'm going to make this bigger for you guys. Like, that's as big as it's going to get, okay? It will show up just fine when the live plays. Okay, so Daniel Martell. Daniel, you don't know me, but I co-host a Canadian-based YouTube channel. Belinda has been talking to us, and we've been trying to put rumors and accusations to rest. I'm not writing to ask for anything. I just wanted to tell you, my heart goes out to you. I hope that Jack and Lily are found and that nothing but good things, or something like that, I think that said. And then so that's back up here. Daniel says, I appreciate the support. I truly do. But I have to happily decline due to YouTube not having laws and guidelines that are enforced like news networks. I've had many channels that have many millions of subscribers and ask, and I decline. And it says, thank you for reaching out, though. And then, of course, Charmaine says, understandably, can't say I blame you. Thank you for responding to me. That's as far as really Charmaine thought the conversation was going to go. He says, no problem. You can try reaching out to Malaya, but her mother basically left it out. She makes everyone whatever for her, whatever that meant. Okay. And it says something, what does that say? Something media to leave and say Malaya is not doing, okay, that she tells everyone to basically leave, that Malaya is not doing media. They have a lawyer that's the chief's brother from the reserve. She belongs to Lily, and Jack were granted as soon as the disappearance. And he said the disappearance happened, but were denied multiple times in the past. Meadow was not granted status. Sounds very odd, right? Odd, right? Absolutely. I mean, honestly, it's not like I disbelieve Daniel on this. I mean, he's literally saying that Malaya's tried 3 times. And then all of a sudden they disappear and poof, now all of a sudden they got it. Charmaine says it's odd, and I'd like to say that Malaya having depression and postpartum, I can't imagine what she's going through either. She probably doesn't know who or what to trust. She trusts her mother. We know, according to Belinda, Malaya did not want to leave, which we've showed you. The lawyer, I always assumed, was for custody purposes. Oops, I dropped it down. For custody purposes, and sounded very much like something Malaya did because her mom told her to. I can't see how they possibly could blame you because you were both home asleep. Okay. So I never meant to imply that I wanted to put you or your info on YouTube. I never wanted to be on YouTube. I do this for my friend, meaning me. I have my own podcast. I hate YouTubers for the most part. Even when we try to give factual information, they still talk shit, and they have so many followers. It's disgusting. That said, if there's anything or any rumor or anything that you'd like for me to try and set the record straight, please let me know. I will try something out. What does that say? It's got an arrow.
I'll try to reach out to her.
Oh, reach out to her, but doubtful. I'll get a response, I'm sure. Then this one's next. That has been I don't know where this one is. This one in the right spot? I don't know if that one doesn't seem like it's in the right spot, actually.
I only wish I could tell you is the next one. Yeah, that's right. No, go 2 over is the next one. 2? No, the last one that you've got circled, that's his response.
Okay. I never meant to imply. Oh, right. Okay. Well, my bad. Okay.
So go to Daniel's part, and that's the next part.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. I only wish I could tell you the fine details surrounding Malaya and her family and the disappearance. I'll let you know that Malaya was set to stay with me and the baby to leave with my cousin. But 5 minutes after, alone with her mother after the first search briefing. God, it sounds like we're still lying, Charmaine. Jeez, heaven forbid. Malaya completely changed. She couldn't even look at me. Now, think about what the cousin just said on that live. An hour before this, Malaya told RCMP she felt the happiest and safest. So go back to what Logan said, and that she was the happiest ever, right? I think she pretty much even used the same words, pretty much, I think it was. But anyways, right? Same stuff. It was a different Malaya. Okay. Right. So in Daniel's eyes, you guys, it's like, what is it that the mother, did she have something over Malaya for her to do this? He wants to know what Malaya's mother said to her for her to step bolt, right? I mean, that's weird. Do you blame the guy? 5 minutes and all of a sudden she bolts? I try to put myself in her shoes, and you have to admit her interview was odd, but we don't know her. After hearing about the depression, I saw her in a completely different light. This is Charmaine speaking. As a mom who was very young when I was kids, as a grandma of the kids of Jack and Lily's age, I can understand how or why Malaya is following her mother's instructions. So it's bullshit then that the CPS had made her leave with Meadow, which we know, I guess she didn't. If it is, then we need to set that straight, Danielle. The harmful rumors need to stop because it's not helping find the kids at all. I do have one question. I hope you'll be able to answer, even if it's a yes or no. Do RCMP have actual evidence that they were not abducted? It just doesn't sit right with me that they were ruled out so quickly, or that was ruled out so quickly. Lily, sorry, I'm showing my eyes are freaking watering all of a sudden because I'm tired. Lily taking her backpack made me think of a time when my daughter got up and got herself ready for school. When I woke up at 7 a.m., she was at the door putting her shoes on and had a backpack and was basically, sorry, Charmaine.
Was leaving way too early. Thankfully, I woke up. Otherwise, I think she was going to go walk by herself, and that was in a big city. And then I asked, did she normally take her backpack to play outside? I truly don't know what's worse, the thought of them being out in those woods or the thought of someone grabbing them. Either way, my heart breaks for you both.
Thank you. Still wiping my eye here, but okay. And then he says, I will add some more info to the story. We lived in Truro. We moved so she could get away from her mother. Well, you know, thought we had that part covered, to be honest with you. What happened to it?
It is covered on the screen.
What do you mean?
Oh, uh-oh.
No. You know what? That part, whatever. It's out there. It's not like Logan wasn't talking about that stuff.
Lily always tried to take her backpack outside because it was her play backpack. My other daughter, which is 8, taught her to do that when me and all the kids would play treasure hunt outside. Malaya put Lily and Jack on the back burner when Meadow was born. I taught Lily and Jack everything from potty training, getting soothers out of their mouths. I did everything for them. Lily and Jack called me dad and came for me for everything, never Malaya. She had no control over the kids, which were wild with her and with me, listened and were well behaved. I promised myself I'd always be there for Malaya and the kids, and I'm holding that promise. And this one was already out there, you guys, and I said, and again, this is context. This doesn't mean that Malaya is a bad person or a bad mother or whatever, the way the kids behaved, because my kids were wild and unruly with me as well, and they listened to my ex really well. They were very well behaved with him. So that in and of itself means nothing, really. It's common. Yeah. You wait till your dad gets home. Come on. But they're just going to take the screenshot and run with it anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, it's true. Where are we at here, Charmaine?
I'm not being negative towards Malaya. I love her, but I never lie because that's just not me. I say the truth, even if it hurts. I'm sorry to say that, but I live in reality, and reality is what it is.
Where are you? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so we're on this right here. That's what you said. Okay. I'm not sure if you will believe this, but that info about Malaya and her, and then we cut that part out. Like I said, there's just certain things we actually just didn't want to show. Let me just put it this way. I think you guys get the gist from Logan and these texts about Malaya's mother, okay? Obviously, she's not this coming off as a very endearing type mother. We don't know her. This is their words, and this Logan's words, and this is Daniel's words, okay? And depression is a terrible thing, changes people. And to me, Charmaine saying, this is Charmaine, when Jack and Lily went missing, it's possible that she realized how disconnected she had been, and that was maybe weighing on her mental health too. I take it you haven't been able to talk to her at all. They're probably keeping her isolated so that no one will be able to reason with her. That's what it seems like, doesn't it? Like, doesn't it, honestly?
It does. It really does.
It absolutely does. So, you know, just think about Daniel and what he's been doing. Well, we'll get into that stuff later. I mean, the guy is, like I said, he needs a bib for the drool for Malaya still, right? Right? You don't just get no feeling for somebody overnight. Some people can, but he doesn't feel like this is so much Malaya, right? Because, anyways, it's maybe he's double talking himself. I don't know. So that has been weighing on her mind, mental health heavily too. I take it you haven't been able. Okay, you already said that. Can you answer yes or no? You already said that, right? The RCMP had evidence of no abduction, right? Oh, one other question is I wondered from day one if you checked the fifth wheel, which that's the big camper. If you checked the mom's, or so that would be the one that Janie lived in when you were outside. You know, a lot of us keep asking that, right? Let's see. Another, I'll have one more message to you in a couple of minutes. Let's put some context into these messages from Charmaine for a second. Okay, guys.
Yeah, it seems like I'm going on and on and on.
Okay, explain why.
I'm working, right? So I'm working on my house. So I'm typing a message and setting the phone down and thinking about what he said to me or any other questions that I have. And then I'll pick my phone up and I'll ask another question, but they could be like 5-10 minutes apart and he's not responding yet. So I don't know if he's going to keep responding or not. So And then every time I went back to my phone, after a few minutes, he had responded. And then same thing would happen, and I would remember more things, so I'd type more. So it looks like I'm spamming him, but I'm not. And it looks like he's typing so much really quickly, but he's not. This went on all day, you guys.
What did you just send me here, Charmaine?
This is Renee's poem. It's really pretty, actually.
Oh, okay. You sent it to my phone. Okay, I got it.
I sent it to your messenger.
Yeah, and I was on my phone looking at it. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Okay. Let's see. So with Belinda, there were certain parts of the conversation she wanted us to talk about and certain parts she didn't. I'm okay with it if you want none of this talked about, although I think some of it is important. I will respect your wishes 1000% here if there's anything you do not want to talk about or you don't want me to share. My only goal here is to try to share the facts. Oh, really? Share the facts? Charmaine, are you sure? Is that the right thing to do? Weird. Stop the rumors, or at least put the truth out there so people have the right information to go from. The accusations are harmful. Speculation can destroy lives. I'm honestly trying to keep awareness out there and the facts. I hope you will allow me to share, but I won't if you say so. Please take good care, and if it's okay, I will check back with you after the search. Again, my heart goes out to you, and if there's anything I can do, let me know. And then we blocked out something there, obviously. And he said, I took Malaya from trauma to a good life. And then Charmaine says, I hope Malaya can find her way back out of that toxic shit. And he said, her mother hated me because she was happy with me. And then Charmaine says, kids need to be found so she can get her free choice back. Toxic mothers, let me tell you. They want to control their daughters and their daughters' kids, and then they hate it when somebody else comes in to take care of them and takes control and away for them. It's vicious and sick in my experience, he said. Her mother seized her phone and probably has her car keys. I know this because my cousin called, right? Her phone. Oh my God, Charmaine, did Logan say that on the live that she was on?
It's ringing a bell, yeah.
It's her phone is definitely ringing a bell. Good pun on that one. That was good. Had called her phone on a private number. Oh my God, I'm pretty sure that the cousin said that, right? Now, deception detective, if you damn right take that and be like, see, they're Sunny and Charmaine, they're talking to each other. Come on, you guys, right? Right. Anyway.
No, it's the exclamation marks that you put on all of your stuff too. That's why.
Yeah, do you see all these exclamation marks?
That's you, Sunny, because that's how you type.
I know that's how I type. Exclamation marks. Her mom, I know because he showed that on my post, right? Like, Look at the sloppiness. Actually, Daniel types pretty darn good for a male, to be honest with you. He doesn't really have much grammar errors too much. He might not use caps sometimes like I don't, but other than that, he's actually, it's not, trust me, I've seen some really bad stuff, with people's messaging. And Daniel's actually doing pretty darn good. He does better than I do, actually. Her mom picked up and said, Malaya's phone, who's this? Okay, guys? I think you guys know 1000% now that this is matching that Logan interview. Like, let's hope people have their brain caps on. But anyways, but so hard to see when you're that daughter, Charmaine says. You're keeping her isolated. Poor Malaya. And he said, yes, that's correct. I can't imagine what she must be going through mentally and can't talk about any of it honestly with her controller. Wonder if Malaya even knows you were trying to reach out to her still or looking for the kids. Imagine if she doesn't have a clue what is happening. Well, you never know, to be honest, because it sounds like the Wicked Witch of the West here. And then we took something out when she never shed a tear the day of the disappearance. It's effing beyond sad. My heart breaks for Malaya. And then some of this stuff too is just personal stuff. Like, well, I mean, you can see that it's Daniel saying that some of the stuff is just none of your guys' business, to be honest with you. I mean, there is some stuff that, you know, like I told you. So a lot of the stuff that's getting omitted, well, a good chunk of it, it's just stuff that, you know.
You have a private conversation with somebody, and it's some of it you don't want to share. Like he's sharing with me, I'm sharing with him. Sonny, I mean, I think, and this is just me, I could be way off base and totally up to you, but it's getting late. But I just thought that if, I don't know that we need to go through all of it. The most important part to me after everything is all said and done is when he called to ask me to take it off.
No.
You know what I mean? Like if you want to continue going.
I do. I just want to keep honest to what we were doing, to be honest with you. We went through it. We spent hours doing it. And I do, because I think it's important for the case, to be honest. This is not about bashing Daniel, bashing Malaya, you know, and stuff like that. This is just stuff really to do with the, again, think about the day, about these kids disappearing, right? That's my goal in all of this, is that this is more information to that day, right? Something happened to those kids. I'm not here to protect Daniel, not here to protect Malaya, I'm not here to protect anybody besides Belinda. Other than that, to me, these children need answers. Where are they? What happened to them, right? So this is definitely insight into what was going on. Doesn't mean that Malaya's mom, maybe she's not the nicest person in the world, but is she capable of taking those babies and hiding them, and the RCMP are that dumb that they still can't find the children? You know? So you have to still look at it, you know, logically that way. Because it's not like we're smarter than the RCMP. You know, I'm sure Daniel's probably told them this information, perhaps, maybe not, on there. So yeah, I would just want to continue if you don't mind. I mean, but do you need to go? Because I know that it's 9:15 your time.
Well, pretty soon. I'll hang around for a little bit. I just really wanted to do the Renee poem, but
I'll do that right after, okay? Because a lot of this, it's not going to really take. We'll just say it and not stop and talk about it really, unless we need to. Let's see her. Her mother talked to Malaya and was not the same. Basically what he said there was, once the mother talked to Malaya, she was not the same. She seemed scared. No eye contact. Remember, he said that she looked at Daniel in disgust. But anyways, online is going to go after her, not me anymore. I passed my lie detector test, right? But we don't know about her because she's hiding. But yes, but spelled different. Okay, what's her name? Cindy something. So we know Malaya's mom's name is Cindy Murray, okay? I told you I don't lie and tell the truth, okay? Sherman says it's not possible that they have the kids, is it? And he said, took RCMP 12 minutes to arrive on site, and Malaya's mom was there a few minutes later. She lives an hour and 16 minutes away. And then he said, wait, what? You tell me if that's strange. Okay. Dogs went down the road and lost scent. Oh, sorry. What's more strange is nothing has been found in the woods. It's bizarre. Absolutely. I don't believe they're in the woods myself. Dogs went to the road and lost scent. What the hell? That was the first what I thought, maybe that they went out to catch the school bus at the wrong time. Now, this is where I had to put a little something here, because he said more than meets the eye. And he said no. So I wanted to put a comma in there, because obviously we know that the kids were called into school, but he just said no kids were marked absent, but that should have been no, comma. Kids were marked absent at 6:17, meaning obviously on the Thursday and obviously on the Friday, okay? So 6:17 and 6:18 a.m. by Malaya. I have emails from the school to prove it. And he said, yes, that's been proven. Just dogs losing scent and nothing in the woods makes me think it's possible they were picked up by who? Now maybe, okay? And then from the school to prove that, or from the school to prove that. Okay, that's part of it. Yes, to get Malaya away from me. It worked, but the truth will come out, okay? I'm not here to start rumors, but it's totally possible. They didn't vaporize Exactly, Charmaine, right? They didn't vaporize you guys, right? They're not in the woods, obviously. They're somewhere, and yes, well, we can't say 100%, but I don't believe they are. And yes, the truth will eventually be revealed. Now, they are hiding, hoping. Now, they are hiding, hoping all this blows over, but I'm not letting it. I'm doing everything I can for these kids. She does no media. I do media for Lily and Jack. They need someone to speak out. Every time it falls out of the news, I leak something to get it back on. See, told you, he's not a dumbass. Let's see here. Back on. Charmaine said they will be charged if they are allowing an RCMP to put time and resources into a search. Good for you. Needs to stay relevant. Too many cases get forgotten. I understand the last thing I want is to hinder the investigation at all. Because, yeah, there's definitely information in there, right? That, yeah, it's just private. Simple as that. That stuff will never come out. Never. Again, it's just to give you guys the gist of that day. The other stuff is personal information for Daniel, whatever, and that's enough said. By the end of this weekend, over 13,000 man-hours of searching. Heartbreaking. So many people care. Now, I've heard that the mom did an interview with Global that hasn't been aired yet. Have you heard of anything about that too? I don't believe that because I became good friends with the reporters from Global CTV and CBC. They all tell me they kicked them out of the yard, and she tells me no media. She tells them no media or questions must be asked through the lawyer. The world knows I have nothing to do with it now. I'm fighting to bring them home. Oh my God, they would have to do the RCMP they would have to do the RCMP interviews though. So hopefully they're on top of that angle too. Oh my, I was the one that said, here's my phone and lie detector test. Let's do it. I brought that up. I asked for that. Charmaine says, we're always really felt like you're truly searching and hurting. We're only wanting the truth out there. We feel like we are fighting these large channels because they just want dirt and money. Did anyone else ever take a lie detector test or a lie detector? We celebrated last night when we could tell our viewers you passed. It totally changed the people's perspective. Okay, so I want to clear that up because Charmaine had sent a post, and in that post it said that the RCMP had verified that he passed, but we actually, after it dawned on me, that's obviously wasn't true because the RCMP won't tell you if he passed. They might at some point, but there's no posting of it anywhere. But do I believe Daniel that he passed? I absolutely do, actually. Yeah. I mean, every time I look at Daniel, I still, even when in that one today, he was begging. But anyways, for Malaya, don't hurt Malaya, don't hurt Malaya, right? Basically, it's like she's been through enough. Stop it, right? Maybe look at somebody else instead. Media is not given the full story. And then she said, I don't think so too. Helicopters can't fly at night either, only drones. Did they have infrared? Okay, said I can't get into the drone technology either. I was urged not to. Okay, anything specific I can't talk about? All things that you've told me I wouldn't feel comfortable talking about, but I'm just talking in general. And he said, if I tell the truth, but I can't comment on anything, then that will harm the investigation. So let me read that again, actually. I tell the truth, but I can't comment on anything that will harm. Right, you can't comment on anything that will harm the investigation. So basically, he feels like certain things, right? We'll come back to that, actually. I love her more than anything. That will never change. I'm waiting for the chance to relive our first date over the waterfalls and walk on a big island beach with the Daniel you first met. She will know what that means. And he said, but I can't get into that because timelines are a part of the investigation. Then he says, Malaya's time of 10 a.m. is false. We can leave it at that. And okay, fair enough. She refers to me as her partner. Remember in the interview? And he says, that's weird too. She never does wording like that. And then Charmaine says, she seems so nervous. I truly think that her depression and disconnection really hit hard when the reality of the news cameras was in her face. It's so sad. Then again, we go to my mom was napping and came out because she heard me yelling that morning for the kids. Malaya was playing on her phone. Mom came out and said Malaya had to have this look of worry in her eyes that mom was home. No tears. She wasn't scared. The kids were gone. Just a look of worry. She got caught for something wrong. She never yelled at the kids once. See, Charmaine, I told you that. That was in the one we posted or that we showed. She never yelled at the kids once. Name, trying to find them. Mom said it was odd, but Mom said it was odd. She acted odd. Malaya asked me when noticed that the kids were gone, should I call the police? No shit, of course, call type of thing. So that was 9:40, 9:11, Charmaine says, was called. Damn, it's like a puzzle. He answers, but the reason I took that out, because it didn't seem like it fit to what Charmaine was asking. So I'm not sure if it was answering from something here. So you guys can read between the lines there. So she went outside first and then told you she couldn't find the kids. He said, no. I ran through the house, searching every room, then ran outside the back sliding door. I did everything so fast. She said they were gone when we were both outside. And then she goes, oh, okay, wow, that would have been terrifying. Had they ever left the yard alone before? No, only with me, because Malaya rarely ever went outside with them. And that was, obviously she has the baby, Meadow, right?
But she was inside with Meadow. She didn't go into the woods.
Right. To me, so unlikely for kids to venture out if they're on their own, don't usually do it. And then he says, and leave boots and all their belongings on. What did he mean by that, actually, Charmaine?
I'm not sure. And then he didn't respond to the no coats in the rain. It's bizarre. And then he was just gone until the next morning.
Yeah.
But this was like close to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I assumed Nova Scotia time would have been 8 o'clock. So I assumed the search was probably wrapping up. So I didn't expect to hear back from him after that.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, quickly, Vanessa, I mean, I tried. It said that you left a message. I went and clicked on it, but then it was like not there. So I don't really know freaking stupid mega beta bullshit or whatever it is. Clicked on the message. It said somebody left you a message. Took me, no, I didn't see no message. So I don't know. Okay, so okay, leave the boots on. So I remember hearing you say you wanted them to check NBPI, blah blah blah. You said that if they were taken to be hidden, that it would have to have been out of Nova Scotia or hidden on the reserve. I've heard people talk both possibilities. And then, so that's when we get into this, guys, that we show that certain information on the first live. And then obviously people are spamming him, spamming Malaya. And I mean, he basically reacted to it right away. He wakes up. He has a ton. She has a ton. Obviously, people are like, "Well, how would Daniel know that?" Well, because we said that he was called by the detective that said that basically Malaya is getting a bunch of threats, and so he raced over to Charmaine to say, remove all that from yesterday.
I'd just like to say that I had to take these screenshots today, and I'm in Alberta now. That's why the time is different. Where I was in BC, it was actually 6:41 a.m. So don't come at me about the time change. It's Apple. It's not me. But it was 6-something a.m. and I was sleeping when he was trying to call me.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you know, oh, it doesn't matter, to be honest. It paints Malaya in a bad light. See, guys? It paints Malaya in a bad light. Screenshots and all. Remove it. So, remove it all from yesterday. Remove it. Remove it or now. That it paints Malaya in a bad light. Okay, screenshots and all. I have people from all over the world bashing her. He tries calling, right? 6:41. He tries calling 6:44. Remove it all, everything now. 6:46. He calls her again. Remember, this is our time. 6:46. Charmaine ain't awake. I might have been awake because I'm working 6 to 2. And then he says, remove it. And she says, okay, I'm just waking up. I don't know what I did wrong, though, but I asked Sonny to remove it. We were all respectful, and I didn't share anything about the investigation stuff. Sorry, I should have just known people would fuck around. I got 10-hour drive today, but later tonight, if you want to call and yell at me, you can. I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm working on fixing what I can. People are so fucked up. Take it all down, he says. I have over 100 people messaging. Just please remove it. People are attacking Malaya. Detectives told me. We are taking it down. I reported it. And then he said, reported a channel for using it too. So, you're the one that said that. I thought it was him that said that. I was like, eh? Oh, it's at night. Just sorry, a bunch of stuff. Let's see. Yes, no joke. People are ruthless. I'll be gone shortly, working on it. Sunny has to do it and she will. Right. I was working. Like when I got the thing in, type of thing. And then on my break, I put it to memberships. Then I freaking got to my lunch and I was like, okay, I'm just going to privatize it. I didn't know what the hell was going on myself besides seeing this stuff. And then I said my brain freaking cells. But anyways, doesn't matter. Made it to private. Thank you. But the thing is that obviously his cousin had no problem talking about all this stuff, right? Thank you, Malaya is being attacked very badly. And then that's the last of his messages. He never answered. Sorry. My bad. Let me come back up. Okay. So he never answered anything else after that to Charmaine. But apparently he answered the mod on Justin's channel. But I think what happened there, to be honest with you, if I was just surmising, is that her name was something like, I can see you. And he's like, well, what does that mean? Like, meaning, what do you mean by that? And then she's like, oh, it's just a name I thought up. So I think he actually thought in his head for the moment that it's like, I can see you. And he was like, what the fuck? And that's why he replied. But it just went to show you. Thank you, Justin, for not only providing that Logan's truth, obviously. Well, I'll say, yes, Logan's truth, Daniel's truth. We haven't heard from Malaya besides the one interview. We don't know the truth. We haven't heard from Cindy Murray. We haven't heard from Janie Murray, right? We haven't heard from anyone. So at the end, so Charmaine, just sum it up what you feel altogether.
About?
I
want to say again that I did not intend to, and I was not prepared for an interview, let alone a conversation. I was just literally trying to show the man my support. And the conversation went where it went. And I know that he's upset with the outcome of it. And I understand why. It's unfortunate that he wanted us to take the other live down, so there's no context to anything. And this, for me, was about corroborating Logan's interview and vice versa as well. And no matter how you slice it, I feel like both sides of the family are hurting. I wouldn't go all the way to say they're feeling pain and sorrow, unless they know something we don't know. But they're searching for their kids, and I think that Daniel believes that the kids are being hidden somewhere and that they are alive and well, and I think that's why people can stop talking and scrutinizing him for not having all the emotion and everything. And it's probably scary, and thank God I don't relate. And I really, really hope that the people that take these and run with them, they do it responsibly and respectfully, and understand that these people are in the middle of, no matter what happened, they're in the middle of the worst time of their lives. So no YouTube drama is going to help find Jack and Lily. That's really all I have to say about it. And
what did you say, Charmaine, that last part? Sorry, I was reading a message, sir.
No amount of YouTube drama is going to help find Jack and Lily. It's just not.
You talk about the drama part because I'm just confused if I'm hearing this right. Because obviously YouTubers have found people. Drama's not going to help it, but information can. And the more awareness there is to this case, that's the point. That's
awareness to the case is different than the drama and attacking me for talking to Daniel or talking to you for posting this stuff. Like
right. I mean, at the end of the day,
how is that helping? How is that
helping? We know it's not help. Well, no, that's not true. A little bit because I have thick skin and I don't give a shit what anybody else thinks or cares about that because I know what my true purpose is here. Okay. So there's nothing you can throw at me that I would honestly care about at all. Zero. Unless you're my husband or my son or, my good friends like Charmaine and stuff like that. Honestly, you can't hurt me, but you hurt Charmaine, stuff like that. You hurt these good people, like Kent and stuff like that, or some, Sharon and stuff like that. You hurt those people, then you're going to hurt. Then I'm going to come at you for sure. Because why attack people that just literally want to bring out their, did you see us at this live asking you guys for money? Did anyone actually donate this money? Hold on. Better make sure. Oh, wait. Vanessa became a member. My bad. Thank you, Vanessa, for the $1.99 membership. Thank you. Right? Because that's going to get me a plane trip. I don't know what it's going to get me, right? So it's so ridiculous. We don't sit there and ask for money for this and stuff like that. Does my channel monetize? Yeah. Do I have to take my channel being monetized off to cover case? No, I don't. Freaking, I sit there and get YouTube money. I don't ask people to donate. I get freaking YouTube ads, okay? Do I care about that? Absolutely. Because it costs me over a couple $100 just to freaking have my programs so I can do this to bring awareness to other people. Is that so wrong? Sorry, it's not. Go preach it to somebody else because I don't care about that. This channel never once asked for any donation this entire live, and it's not what it's about. Money will never be the factor of this channel. It will always, if nobody donated, that's fine. Thank you, YouTube, for paying for ads, okay? But other than that, this case, right, if it means a lot to you, just treat it right. If any case means a lot to you, treat it right. Hold on. Let me put that back up.
And I feel like it's okay that people talk about it, and it's good that people talk about it. We need to talk about it.
Absolutely.
But like I said, there's no reason to take this information and trash Daniel about it or even attack Malaya about it, because now, to me, it's perfectly clear that we have no idea what her situation is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't know, so we can speculate, yes, but you can do it respectfully. And don't come at me because I shared this. I shared this to give credence to what Logan had to say and also to give credence to my own story.
Yeah.
So do with it what you're going to do with it, I guess.
Like I said, you want to talk about a karma? You want to talk about when you give to the universe, like I said to DD, when you give to the universe the right way, right? He gave to the universe the wrong way yesterday. And then karma came and bit him in the ass because all of a sudden this video, this live stream and that was only part of it. Imagine what else we didn't hear that Logan said, right? And then karma comes and bites him in the big ass. And then boom, there's this video of Logan talking Charmaine's truth of her conversation. It's not rocket science, right? So who's lying? Is it this channel or is it DD that's making up this shit now, guys? Use your heads, okay? Seriously. And do it for the right reasons. It's not like, why I'm not angry at all. Because I expect the world to shit on people, right? But then I expect those good people out there to do the right thing about it. Yes, I know drama creates stuff. And I know, right? People, this gave you guys insight into the day. Everyone's struggling to understand this case. That's the part that pisses me off. Is that you guys are literally struggling to understand what happened to these two kids, and people bring you information and you want to fuck it over, and you want to sit there and say that we're a liar. Go look at DD, what he said, and then come back to Logan's video, then come back to these chats, and then tell me different. Give me a break. Who's the douche? Simple as that. Hallelujah. Amen. Preach it. I get yes, I do get angry for the sake of, you know, Belinda, the grandmother, has given information. But this, you know what, to be honest with you, you know, my heart is attached to Belinda, to be honest with you, with this case. So meaning it means a lot to me that I'm doing this for her. I probably wouldn't have done as many lives as I have, but I keep thinking about Lily and Jack. I think about Belinda, the grandmother, because she's the one that's talking to me, okay? I want to respect her completely. And I want to sit there and do my part to say, you know what, Belinda, she knows that it's an honest channel. That's why she came here. And because she wants to find her grandbabies. So it's not about me. It's more what I can do for Belinda and what I can do for Jack and Lily. And maybe, just maybe, you know, people could be a little kinder and nicer, first of all, with YouTubers. Okay? Could be a little more loving instead of trying to sit there and call us liars and stuff. You know, maybe give credit where credit is due sometimes, you know, because this channel is built around awareness. It's not so wrong to have a channel like that, but why do people want to try to tear you down when you try to do things the right way? Why? Honestly, because you suck in life. You need to be a better person. You need to be a lot better people out there. But there's really good ones. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not talking about the good ones out there. Just, you know, Lily and Jack deserve answers. Is that not what we all want? Is Lily and Jack to have answers? Could this information be telling? Maybe it tells something. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe, again, we're reading too much into something. But to me, personally, yeah, there's something to me that's up here. And there's something that happened with Malaya and her mother, that she left so fast and she arrived so fast. Maybe it means nothing, but I don't know. Something happened to Jack and Lily. Great. Something happened to Jack and Lily. And I fight for them and nobody else besides Belinda.
Still really looking forward to reading that poem.
Oh, all right. Thanks for reminding me. Would have forgotten. Okay.
It is really pretty, you guys. I hope Renee's still here.
Yeah, I wish it was in. Okay, there. I'll screenshot it this way. That's better. I hate, you know, when it's elongated in a screenshot type message. There.
Oh man, I should have just screenshotted it and sent it to you so that they could have said that somebody else wrote it and it was a clue to a murder mystery.
But again, please hit that like, please hit that share. Please do it for Jack and Lily. They deserve the answers. Belinda deserves answers, and any other family member, you know, whether it's Daniel, whether it's Malaya, you know, or any part of that family, because for all we know, there's no involvement on their part, and they could have been abducted. Let me just grab this poem, and this is by I think it was Rena is her name, or Renee, I think it was. I screenshotted it. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. Renee, are you still here? Hi, Necromancer. Yeah, no, again, we're not here to sugarcoat something, right? We're here to bring awareness to the case and talk about possibilities, as long as they're kept at that, possibilities, because we don't know. So that's perfectly fine. Okay. Okay, so let me show that present. Present this way. Okay. So Jack and Lily get dressed for school. A rainy day and a little cool. Time to catch the school bus. I hope they don't leave us. No bus today. Let's walk. I know the way. Someone in a car. Today is our lucky day. I don't remember this town. No family or friends around. I see someone. Let's tell them our names. We keep each other company. Play some games. Pray every night for us to be found. One day we'll make it home, safe and sound. By Rena Otto Bo, June 1st, 2025. And it says, a little poem in hopes that Jack and Lily Sullivan are found soon. Our prayers are with you. Little blessings wherever you are. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for always taking care of your children, Jack and Lily. Let me put it this way. On a brighter light, thank you, Renee, on a brighter light of this, I would be so freaking ecstatic if Malaya's mom took the kids and hid them and they were found. I would be ecstatic. Not saying she did, but you know what I mean? Because that would mean that they were alive. That would mean that these little angels are alive. I wish for that so much for Belinda. You know, her son even, right? I'm sure this has hit him hard regardless if he wasn't the father figure of the year. You know? Who's looking? Daniel. I still feel like I've seen enough of Daniel to really believe that everything he keeps doing is just telling me he is being honest, you know, in so many ways. I'm just like his cousin, you could see cover it up for stuff because there are some things we didn't put out there because they were a little bit harsher in a sense. And so we just left them out. But you could tell by Logan that she was clearly lying. And I say that loosely because she just wasn't comfortable talking about it. So she just kind of, you could see, rambled and stuff like that. There's Renee still here. I'm not sure if she is. Beautiful poem, Renee. Renee, if you happen to fall asleep and whatever on us. Logan didn't interview, nothing else. New Vanessa. Right. But at the end of the day, honestly, if these children are alive and they're hidden by a family member, okay. You know what? As long as what happened to them is still brought to attention, that would be the best outcome for me. Right? I don't want to know that these children died. I don't want to know that these children were abducted by some freaking crazy ass freaking lunatic pedo. I don't want to know any of that. I don't want to think about that really at all. I don't believe that they're out in the woods. I just don't. You know? So I'll be grateful if family members have the children, to be honest with you. I think that's the best case scenario. Even if it's the worst case scenario, for what? In a sense, it would be the right, Charmaine, it would be the best case scenario. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it doesn't sound too far-fetched from the interview that we heard and my conversation with Daniel.
Well, you know, like I said, all we wanted to do was shine some light. Thank you, Renee, again for the beautiful poem. All we wanted to do was give you more insight into the day. Hey, Charmaine. Yeah. Did we read? I'm just because I just took it down. Did we read the part where Daniel said? I don't recall reading that part. Remember, because it's already out in the first live, but where Daniel said, like, just be careful or whatever he said about what, you know, like, just remember I have children, right? So just look over basically the information and just remember that. Did we even post that?
No, I don't think it was included, but I can find it.
Well, it's just, right. It's just that it's just important to put in context, but, you know, too bad because it's just that it just dawned on me now. I mean, it's out there in the first one about that. But that was the bottom line. Charmaine kept saying, I won't put it out there if you don't want me to, but is there anything you want to do to stop the rumors and this? And again, would you send it to me? Because I wouldn't mind just adding it, not, but you know.
No, because there's stuff in there that.
Oh, okay. So just
a minute. I'll, I don't know if I can put my finger on the top of it, maybe. You guys maybe see that? I'm going to read it right now.
Thank you,
Go
Dean.
ahead, but if you're going to share about, oh, not that part. Nothing negative about Malaya either, please. I'll allow it, but just take the time to look over everything and put yourself in my shoes. The world is watching this for the rest of our lives. Also, my kids will see this someday, so remember that. And I did try, and honestly, I had regrets with one of the screenshots that I showed, but like Sunny was explaining, it wasn't It wasn't purposely cropped so tightly as everybody's accusing me of. It was literally quickly screenshots after I got home and Sonny got home, and there just wasn't time to do what we tried to do today.
We were trying to do our stuff.
It was just rushed. It was too rushed, and we should have took our time with it. And I did share too much in the one message. I understand that, and I apologize to Daniel for that. So,
there's Renee right there. How come it's not? Oh, I gotta take this down for a second. I just wanted to put Renee's name with that poem. So thank you very much, you guys, for that. And you know what? Like I said, honestly, I'm not here to cover up for anybody. You know, everyone's a suspect. But do I believe Daniel passed his test? Do I believe Daniel's in love with Malaya? Does Daniel believe that Malaya is being, like, in a sense, you know, controlled pretty much, right?
And just for clarification, he does not believe that Malaya is involved in this whatsoever.
He doesn't believe.
Whatsoever.
Right? We don't know the situation at all, but just use the information, put your thoughts together in a sense, and then come to your own conclusion that way. Whether you think it's the mother, whether you think it's Malaya and Daniel, whatever, right? But just do it responsibly and say hypothetically, allegedly, you know, in my opinion and stuff like that. You know, like, I can't help it, but in this, there's something here that I keep just wanting to root for Daniel, going, dude, you know, you're doing the right thing. Everything you're doing is just right. You know, my mixed emotions come with Malaya because we don't know what went on there. There's something that happens. Maybe Malaya's involved. Maybe she's not. Maybe Daniel has blinders on. This relationship, it was gone. It was gone before this post ever came up, okay? Or any of these posts came up. It was gone. And unless we're just being duped and they're talking on Messenger in the background and frickin' kumbaya, you know, but it's Jack and Lily that I care about. It's Jack and Lily that I want the answers for. And that's what matters the most. So prayers and loves to you guys all. Thank you so much for being here. Belinda, Belinda, thank you so much. I appreciate everything that you're doing, have done. And just, again, know that the true crime world can be very evil. But as long as you're aware of that, hold strong, because it's about Jack and Lily. There's people that are going to twist that, no problem. Still call us liars. You know, at the end of the day, again, you're not going to hear another peep from this channel about what other creators are doing or anything like that. Focus is on this. Focus is on the truth and facts of Jack and Lily, and that's it. Okay? I mean, every now and again, somebody has to have a vent. I'd be freaking ass, you know, boring if I ever didn't. It's like me and my husband. We hardly ever fight, but when we do, sometimes it's like one day can turn into a mountain freaking, and it's like, oh, well, that was a good fight. See you in 3 months again, maybe 4, you know? But anyways, so it's a tough case. It's a weird case, but it's a tough case. So with that being said, you guys, thank you so much. Prayers. Thank you for the poem. Thank you for the membership, Vanessa. I'm going to go check out whatever now. Yeah. I'm just going to go check it all out. And detective, whatever. Do better. Okay? Nothing personal. Just do better.
Not just do better, be better.
Be better. Do better. Run better. Lie better. Okay. I'm just trying to find the outro now, guys. Totally. Oh, there it is down there. All righty. Good night.
A Norfolk night. The world is cold. We stand surrounded. We are not